who are called the watchmen. Now sometimes this is taken out of context, and we need to put it into context of what Isaiah was talking about. The watchmen are blind. All of them know nothing. All of them are dumb dogs, unable to bark. In other words, when they're supposed to be barking, they aren't barking. And then when they are barking, they're barking at the wrong thing. So they're dreamers, lying down, who love to slumber. And the dogs are greedy. They are not satisfied. They are shepherds who have no understanding. They have all turned to their own way, each one to his own unjust gain, to the last one. Now here this passage is talking about watchmen. Who are the watchmen?
Sure.
Yes?
According to Ezekiel 3:17, sons of men, I have made you watchmen for the people of Israel. So hear the word I speak, and give them warning from me.
Who are the watchmen?
The priest.
There, it's the priests. Now I've heard this scripture dumped on every believer. Are we all watchmen?
You could be.
So we are watchmen. You know, the scripture talks about we should watch our own soul. It doesn't mean that we're out there picking other people's souls and watching for them. We are to watch for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
The scripture talks about watch. It says watch, that you not be led
My brother
astray. Watch that you don't be led into false doctrine. Watch that you don't miss the mark. The Apostle Paul really came down the line on that word watch. So we're to watch. I can watch for Howie's soul, but what good does that do if I just watch for his soul and don't say anything? Now, this is interesting, and I'm probably going to get in up to my hips on this, but whenever you're watching for someone else, you better make sure that you're watching for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because the scripture says, why do you want to pluck the splinter out of your brother's eye when you've got a plank in your own? So we got to be careful about this word watch and how we're handling it. In other words, this bunch of people here in Isaiah, and particularly the watchmen here, were the leadership, the priests at that time, who was to be alert in Israel. He says they're just blind. They have no sight. They can't see in front of their noses. They're just blind. All of them know nothing. Now that's a pretty that's another word for an imbecile. If you don't know anything, you're pretty dumb. Right? So